preserve. Preserve. What kind of word is really? $1,200. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay. If this is your first time here, welcome. And in this video, I wanted to do a review on the Louis Vuitton Speedy 30. I did a what's inside of my Speedy, and I will make sure to link that. But this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to share with you the history of the Speedy. I'm also going to talk about how I keep my essentials organized, things that I would recommend if you are considering this bag or if you have it, how I store it, and of course my thoughts on the Speedy. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's just talk about the history of the Speedy. So the Speedy is actually the first handbag of Louis Vuitton. It became very popular in the 1960s when Miss Audrey Hepburn, which I personally love, suggested to the fashion house that she wanted something similar like the Keepall, and that's when the Speedy was born. This was about 60 years ago, and today, as of 2020, it is still one of the top sellers of Louis Vuitton. At that time, it was the it bag, and it still is the it bag. A lot of people like it, and I will insert a picture of Audrey Hepburn when she used to rock the bag back in the 60s in the monogram print, which is probably one of the reasons why I have it. Let me first talk to you about the sizes, and then I'll kind of get into the mini review. So the Speedy currently comes in 4 sizes. They have it in the 25, 30, 35, and a 40. So the price starts at $1,140 all the way up to $1,200. Now these are US prices, and that is not including tax. Now when I first looked at the Speedy 20 years ago, this particular size was under $600. It is insane that 20 years later, it's doubled its price, okay? And I would not be surprised if maybe another 5 years or maybe 10 years or 15 years, this bag, this size is gonna cost anywhere between $1,300 all the way up to $1,500. It is that popular, absolutely crazy. Now, in terms of the review, there's really not too much to this bag other than it is a little mini luggage. It's super cute. A lot of people like it because you can carry it like so, like, you know, a top handle bag. And if you like that, if you like those type of handbags, you're definitely gonna like the Speedy. I like it because of just everything. Now, the thing is, it's not leather, right? So let's just be honest, it's canvas. So you're not really paying for real leather. Okay, you have the fascetta handle, at least for the demi azur and the monogram print. And when you open up the bag, it has an interior pocket with the zipper in the middle and a lock and a key. And that is it, okay? There's nothing else to it. It's just a big hole in there. And all you do is just dump things in there. Now, the reason why I have the 30 is because I found that the 30 worked best for my lifestyle and my body frame. I found that the 25 was a little bit difficult for me. And the only reason for that is because when you open it up, you know, yes, it's wide, but I found like the 25 was just a little too tight. And I think that the 35 and 40 is a little too big, even though the price difference, I think it's like 20 bucks for each size. So they kind of get you with the price, because you think of it, well, if I get the bigger size, I'm only going to pay 20 bucks or 10 bucks. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's 20 bucks more, and you're going to get a bigger bag. But is it really worth it? You know, that's something that you have to think about if you are considering the Speedy. But there's really nothing else to it, okay? Now, I do have to say that when it comes to the demi azur and the monogram, you have to baby it because of the fact that you have to be careful with, you know, watermarks and lotions and all that stuff. Over time, the fascetta is going to get older and it's going to look tanner. I shouldn't say older, but you know, you guys know what I mean. It's going to get darker because that's what it's supposed to do. But you do have to baby it a little bit more versus the demi event. Now, I'm going to share with you how I keep my essentials organized with the Speedy, and I'm also going to share with you how I store it. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Okay, so now I'm going to share how I keep all of my essentials organized inside my Speedy. And here I have a purse organizer. These purse organizers are very popular. And I like them because it really does help you find things much quicker, and it gives you all of the compartments that the Speedy does not have. So this one in particular, I'm a huge fan of because of how everything is visual and there's a place for everything. So here, this one has a pocket in the outside, and I just have my Sephora zip pouch here. And in the inside, I have 4 pockets here, which I use for my keys, card case, another card case, and my cell phone. And in the middle, there's a Velcro pouch, and I'm gonna try to take this out so I can share with you guys what this looks like. So it's a little mini pouch, and it has it on both sides. And it's great because you can detach it or use it like I do, and you can use it separately if you like. But it gives you enough space for you to really store all of your essentials. So I have here my long wallet, I have my little mini pochette, I have here what I use for hand sanitizer, and then I have my round coin purse. It also has a small little pocket here, which is where I keep my headphones. And then it also has a pocket here. And if I turn this around, I'll share what I have in here, which should be a pen. Sorry guys, I'm doing this with one hand. A pen and a little notepad. So I love it, I really do. You can find different colors and of course different types of material, which is the only thing that I really don't like because it's sort of a velvet material. And so to keep it clean, I use a roller to just keep the interior looking pretty neat, which I like. So I think I've used a roller maybe once or twice, but let's see if I take everything out. You can probably see it has a little bit of dirt. But overall, it's really good. I rather get this dirty than the inside of my Speedy. So this is something I highly recommend. Okay, let me just move these things to the side. So the other thing that I would suggest is to get the base. And this is the red, what do you call it? The red base. I was thinking about velvet, I don't know why, maybe red velvet base, and I have it for all the 3 Speedies. I really like this as well because it is a canvas. We're just gonna dump things in there, and of course it's going to sag, but I find that the base definitely helps with the sagging. If you wanna go and take it a step further, I would then say do the base and do the purse organizer, and you're pretty much good to go. So you don't have that problem of really having things being misplaced or seeing over time how the bag will definitely sag. So this is something that I also highly recommend. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to share is something for the fascetta. And here I have the monogram. And this is pretty brand new. I still have not used it, which it's on my list. And the reason why is because, you know, I got this in November, and with everything going on, I just said to myself, I'll probably use it this summer. But what I wanted to do and to test out was how to really take care of the fascetta. This is something that a lot of us are concerned about because of water stains. So I went ahead and purchased the Apple brand. This is the Rain and Stain Spray. Very popular on YouTube. A lot of people do use it. And what I did was I called up my leather guy and I asked if this is something to, you know, to do for the bags and if it's even worth it. And he said it definitely does work if it's brand new. Now, if you have a, you know, Speedy, or maybe you have the Neverfull and you're trying to take care of the fascetta, his recommendation was to use it if you had the bag maybe for like a month or two. Like if you're not really using the bag that much, you can try it. But if you've had the bag for a while and you use it pretty much every day, it probably won't work. So I just wanted to share that tip because I don't want you guys spending money on something that's not going to work for you. But if you are considering the Speedy or anything with the fascetta, I recommend doing the Apple brand Rain and Stain. So this will definitely work. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to share was how I store my bag. So as you can see, it is stuffed, and I stuff it with the plastic bubbles that's what I like to call it, that I get from my Amazon packages, because of course I order from them pretty much every day. And I like these air cushioning bags because it does make the bag look fuller, and this is a way that I like to put it in my room where I keep all of my handbags. I like to be able to stuff it just to kind of keep its shape. The truth is, if you buy the Speedy at the store, they're going to tell you not to do this. This is something they do not recommend. So the way that you are supposed to store the Speedy, just bring out my demi, and then is like this. Okay, so you have to kind of fold the edges, take out all of the air, and you fold it like so, and that's the way you're supposed to store it. I personally don't like it. It actually bothers me to see it like this, but this is the way that you're supposed to store the Speedy. I prefer it the other way. Some people, you know, again, it's a personal preference. It depends how you want to, you know, display your bags. I prefer it stuffed versus not. So I'm just going to bring the other one here so you guys can see. I don't know. I like it stuffed rather than, you know, store it like this. I don't really like it. I feel like I'm hurting the bag. It's so silly, but I think it's important to talk about these things because, you know, we want to make sure that if we're going to spend this kind of money on the Speedy, you know, we're getting our money's worth, and we have to take care of this stuff. So we want to make sure that we know exactly what we should be doing and, you know, make a decision from there. All right, and that is how I like to keep my things organized inside my Speedy and how I prefer to store it. So you definitely have some options. Now, as a final thought, do I think the Speedy is worth it? You bet. It's just one of those it bags as mentioned, and it's going to be for a long time. If you really enjoy the top handles, you're really gonna like this type of silhouette. Now, in 2011, Louis Vuitton came out with the bandolier, which is an option for you if you are looking for maybe 1 or 2 pieces to have in your collection. And the bandolier gives you the practicality of using it as a crossbody, as over the shoulder, and of course as a top handle. So you have options there. The difference though is the price. I believe that price tag is $1,600. So it is a little pricier, but if you're going to use it all the time, I think it's definitely worth it. Another thing that I would suggest, if you are looking into the Speedy in the pre-love market, just kind of be aware of any watermarks when it comes to the demi-azur and the monogram prints. You want to be able to get really good pictures, but you just have to keep looking though, because I know when I first started looking into the demi-azur, I really couldn't find a bag that was worth even buying it pre-love. So I had just decided to just save up the money and just purchase it brand new. But that was my personal choice, but you definitely can find these hidden gems. That being said, the one that I would suggest to consider buying pre-love for sure is the demi-ebene. Now, if you were to ask me which out of the 30s you would keep, just one, I would say the demi-ebene. And the reason for that is because I love how carefree this particular canvas is. I've used this numerous times in the rain, and I never really have to worry about it because I don't have to baby it as much as the azur and the monogram print. So I just want to throw that out because I think your chances of getting a pre-loved Speedy are higher when it comes to the demi-ebene. If you're like me, like if you don't really care too much about, you know, marks here and there, that's fine. I like to kind of look for almost excellent condition when it comes to pre-love. But the demi-ebene for sure is one that I would recommend. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please share with me in our community if you have the Speedy and how you take care of it and how you store it and just your overall experience, because I love this stuff, especially when it comes to silhouettes like this that I just cannot get enough of. As always, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already, make sure to turn on those notifications so you know when I upload my next video. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Take care. Bye.